Happiness is one of the oldest and most elusive topics in the history of philosophy. Philosophers, from the ancient Greek Socrates to the contemporary American Martha Nussbaum, have tried to answer the question, what is happiness, yet only a handful seem to have been successful. In this video, we will explore one of the classic views on happiness, that of the medieval philosopher St. Thomas Aquinas, and hopefully find some guidance on how to achieve it. Aquinas' view of the universe is teleological, from the Greek word telos, meaning end, or purpose. He believes that every event in it, from the blossoming of a flower to the revolution of a planet, occurs because there is some end or purpose toward which it is directed. Thus, following Aristotle, he claims that all agents, that is, those beings capable of moving or acting, act for the sake of an end. For without an end or purpose, their action would be a product of mere chance, and thus not make any sense. Like the rest of nature, human beings, according to Aquinas, have their own ends, and all genuine actions they make are directed towards them. For example, a student studies because he has the end of passing an exam, a mother cooks because she wants to feed her family, and a carpenter cuts wood in order to make a table. Aquinas points out, however, that not all ends human beings pursue are the same. There is what he calls an ultimate end, or that end or purpose which they pursue for its own sake, and not as a means towards some further end. In other words, it is this ultimate end that entirely satisfies their desires. In the example earlier, passing the exam cannot be considered as the student's ultimate end, since this end is not pursued for its own sake, but rather, as a means toward some further end, that is, to pass the course he is currently taking. According to Aquinas, again following Aristotle, all human beings only have one ultimate end: happiness. Despite having only one such end, though, he acknowledges that humans disagree among themselves as to what it consists in. Some think that happiness consists in wealth, others in pleasure, still others in good health, etc. In the face of such conflicting claims on happiness, Aquinas points out that happiness has at least two objective truths. First, it must consist in an activity that is unique to human beings who are by nature rational, and that is, intellectual contemplation. Second, the object of such activity must be the best possible object, that is, the highest truth and the greatest good, God. Thus for Aquinas, happiness consists in a human being's complete intellectual and volitional union with God, what he calls the Beatific Vision. It is important to note, however, that because human beings do not experience God fully in this world, they can only experience what Aquinas calls imperfect human happiness. Perfect happiness, according to him, is only experienced by the angels and saints in heaven. By pursuing intellectual contemplation of God in this world, humans are still able to experience some form of happiness, since they are able to actualize their intellectual capacities, transform themselves into their best, and contribute in making the universe as good as it can be. To download a written summary of this video, check out the link in the description below. Also, please support our channel by buying our merch, donating at Buy Me a Coffee, or watching our other content. Thank you, and see you in our next one.